Namaste and welcome back. All right, so we're getting to a stage now where we're coming to the end of the course. We've covered so much information about meditation, from its origins to how to prepare your body and mind, types of meditations. We've gone through actual meditation practices that you can essentially sit and be guided by. So now that you have all the information to equip you to form a beautiful practice, I just want to make sure that you don't waste time making the mistakes I did. So I want to speak about the three main obstacles that you will face or you may face in your meditation practice and how to avoid them. Okay, so number one is the number one reason that stops people from meditating is too much mental clutter. Too much mental clutter is the number one reason. Now think about it like this, right? Since we were born, we've been showering or having a bath every single day to clean our body, make it ready for the next day. But we do very little, if anything, to actually clean our mind. And this is where we live, okay? Because there's so much clutter, it's difficult to just sit down and be with ourselves. And clutter comes in many forms. You have childhood trauma, for example, or all the grudges that we hold about this person wronged me or that relationship didn't go well. We hold all these grudges inside us, and everybody has one kind or another, okay? And then you have clutter that we add on every day, like scrolling through social media, all that useless information that we don't need, but it all gets stored somewhere in our brain. So our true nature, what we're trying to connect with in meditation or through meditation, is just hidden under all these layers of dirt. And before we can even sit to practice, there's a lot of decluttering that needs to be done, okay? And this is why we covered everything leading up to this point. This is why in Patanjali's 8 limbs, meditation is the last 3 out of 8. Everything before that is just decluttering ourselves. That's where the pranayama comes in. That's where physical exercise or asanas come in. That's where the yams and the niyams come in. Living in a simple way where we're not lying to people, hurting people, and taking on all this mental baggage, okay? So here's how you can essentially practice this, right? Here's some very practical ways to declutter your mind before you meditate. It's everything that we've covered in the course, but I'm going to add a couple of things in here, just in terms of how to form a lifestyle. Number one, do your pranayams. The pranayams are they're just so good at detoxing you, okay? Do your pranayams every single day. Number two, physical exercise. Do physical exercise every single day. Sweat, remove toxins from your body. Then number 3 and 4 is practice, forgiveness and practice gratitude every single day. However you want to. You can sit down for 10 minutes and just thank the universe for everything that you have. If you've had a fight with someone or there's grudges that you hold, forgive them. Because you're not doing it for them, you're doing it for yourself. When you forgive people, you take this massive weight away from you, and it just makes you feel so much lighter, so much better, so much happier, okay? So, pranayams, physical exercise, forgiving people, gratitude, just become light and wholesome, okay? So that is, those 4 things will help with clearing baggage that already exists in your mind. Now, we need to make sure that we don't take on any more baggage going forward. And this is where the yam and the niyams come in, okay? Not lying to people, not hurting people, not stealing from people, living, santosha, being content completely, right? These things, they help you to live a very simple life, a straightforward life, where you're not taking on mental clutter. And last but not least, the last, limb is basically, the last niyam is basically Ishwar Pranidhan, surrender to the universe and say, look, I'm going to do everything in my power. I'm going to do my pranayams. I'm going to do my physical exercise and forgive and be grateful and live in this simple way. But the rest is just, up to you. You have a plan for me and I'm going to do the work. Just show me the way. Basically, just, these are things that if you do every single day, you are literally going to reshape your reality, which is why the course is called Reshape Your Reality, okay? So that's the number one and the biggest obstacle of meditation, too much mental clutter. And to get rid of it, I've already told you what you need to do, okay? Now, number 2 comes to the actual practice aspect of it, is not practicing daily. So when you don't practice daily, meditation is a game of momentum, right? You want to train your mind and your body to sit down every day and concentrate on one thing and go deeper and deeper and deeper into that state. Now, if you miss a day, for example, or you miss 2 days, it's just, what you're telling your body and your mind is, I don't have the discipline, this is not something I'm taking seriously, and it's not really working for you. But if you do meditate every single day, the effects of that, the compound effects of that are just magnificent, because then it's not about, oh, I had such a great meditation. Then your thinking transforms. You literally think in a different dimension, compared to people that don't meditate. And that starts manifesting in your life through how you're looking at your work, how creative you are. Your purpose starts uncovering, okay? You start having such control over your emotions that you can, your relationships start getting deeper and they get better, and you fix broken relationships. There's so many benefits of having a daily practice, but not having a daily practice and doing it, a bit here and a bit there is not going to help you. It's like with anything, okay? But with meditation, trust me, if you don't have the time, anyone can just sit down for 5 minutes before bed and just tick that box that, okay, I've done my practice today, and it's just, it's telling your brain that, look, this is something I'm taking really seriously, please help me through this process, okay? So, number 1 was too much mental clutter is not going to help you. Number 2 is not practicing daily is not going to help you. And number 3 is, it's a funny one, but you will come across this, which is technique shopping. Okay, what is technique shopping? Technique shopping is, let's say you like practicing breath meditation, and then all of a sudden you're reading articles on the internet and you hear about chakra meditation, or you hear about this really powerful mantra that's going to change your life, okay? And then you think, maybe what I'm doing is not powerful enough. Maybe I want to do what that person's doing. Then, after a week of doing your breath practice, you switch into this mantra, and then you switch into the chakra meditations. And all you're doing is just hopping from practice to practice. You're not really deepening any one of those practices, and that is not good. Forget meditation techniques. People do that with gurus. They go to one guru, and then they don't like what he said, then they go and find another guru, another guru, another guru. Listen, the best guru is the inner guru, okay? The voice inside you is basically the universe speaking to you and guiding you. The more you practice, the clearer that voice will become, and the more, your intuition will guide you essentially, and that's all you need to listen to. You don't need to listen to anything else, okay? So don't do technique shopping. In this course, in the ebook that you have attached to this, and in the videos as well, I've categorized the meditations in such a way which would make it really easy for you to find the right technique for you. See, the first one is, the spiritual aspect, right? If you want to contact the universal energy directly, call it Ram, Hanuman, Krishna, Jesus, Allah, whatever you want to call it, right? If you don't like that approach, there's another approach where you connect to it in your body, the life-giving force. There's so many techniques with the breath that you can use. If that's not your thing, then you can just focus on the attributes of that divine energy. What is it? What are we trying to become? What is our true nature? Love, kindness, peace, abundance, gratitude, all these things you can focus on and turn them into meditations, right? It's really, really simple. And there's no way that, there is no technique for you, right? So how you want to choose a technique is, from the 3 options that you have, think about which one resonates with you most, and then within that, try a few different techniques and see, what works. Again, look, in the start, you may need to try 3 or 4, but it's not going to be difficult to know which one is for you, because when you're doing it, you're going to really enjoy it. It's going to spark that fire within you. You're going to love doing it, and that love is going to keep you there. Okay, so that's it. Okay, don't technique shop. The grass is not greener on the other side, and this is where, Lord Krishna in the Gita says that just like all rivers eventually flow into the ocean, all paths eventually lead to me. So whatever technique you adopt, you are going to connect to what it is you want to, which is your true nature. And I'm going to repeat the Bruce Lee quote where he says that, you know, I fear not the man who has practiced 10,000 kicks once, but I fear the man who has practiced one kick 10,000 times. Okay, because it's depth and not variety that is going to take you where you want to go, which is within. Okay, so just to summarize, the 3 obstacles to meditation: having too much mental clutter. Clear your mental clutter, do your pranayams, your physical exercise, gratitude, forgiveness. Number 2 is number 2 is technique shopping. Okay, don't technique shop. That's just not the right way to go. And number 3 is not having a daily practice. You need to practice daily to build that momentum and enter the depths that you want. That's it. If you follow these 3 things, trust me, you're not going to waste any time, and you are going to have the most amazing time meditating and seeing the benefits manifest in your life. Namaste.